In the late 1950s, Fidel Castro seized power in Cuba. Not long after gaining power, Castro began shaking up life for Cuban citizens by drastically altering government systems. Castro limited the amount of land an individual could own, got rid of private businesses, and arrested thousands of people who did not agree with his political ideas or morals. His power limited politics and economics, which forced many Cuban citizens to flee the country and immigrate to America. The Red Umbrella by Cristina Diaz Gonzalez tells a story of a 14-year-old girl's experience living through the beginning of Castro's rule. In the year 1961, Lucia Alvarez is living life as a normal 14-year-old girl in Cuba. She goes to school, gossips with her best friend Yvette about the latest fashion trends and cute boys, and finds her parents incredibly bossy. Besides her parents' annoying rules, everything in Lucia's life is going swimmingly. Her quinceañera is coming up in a few short months. Her crush Manuel is rumored to have a crush on her, and she loves living life in Cuba with her family surrounding her. What more could a girl ask for? All of this begins to change, though, when soldiers start entering Lucia's small Cuban town. At first, these soldiers appear harmless to Lucia, but little does she know that they are about to change life as she knows it, and not in a good way. Fidel Castro and the Communist Revolution are already working on altering Lucia's carefree life more than she could ever imagine. Not long after Lucia sees tanks in her town for the first time, her world begins to crumble. It first starts with schooling, or lack thereof, because classes are canceled and Cuban schools are shut down. Then, her parents begin prohibiting her and her younger brother Frankie from leaving the house. This is absolute torture for a young girl who just wants to hang out with friends, but it is only the beginning. Things start to get more tense when Lucia finds out that many of her friends, including Yvette, have differing political views than her family. Politics begins straining Lucia's peer relationships and isolate her in ways a 14-year-old girl would never expect. The soldiers also cause Lucia's family life to become tense. Soldiers are watching her family's every move, so they have to be careful not to look suspicious in order to remain safe. Before long, this pressure becomes too much, and Lucia's parents decide to send her and Frankie to America, alone. The day after Lucia's parents break the news, she and her younger brother, who is only 7 years old, arrive in the American state of Florida. During their first steps on American land, Lucia's unstable future looms over her head. Does she know enough English to find her way around America? When will she see her parents again? Will she and Frankie ever return to Cuba? Will she get separated from her younger brother? So much is unknown as she makes the journey from the airport to her new home in Nebraska. Luckily, Mr. and Mrs. Baxter, the host parents Lucia and Frankie are placed with, help make her transition into the new country easier. Mr. and Mrs. Baxter give Lucia and her brother new clothes, English lessons, and responsibility to help build their life in America. Before long, Lucia has established confidence and a sense of security in America and starts attending school. From here, her adventure in America takes off. The Red Umbrella is a compelling story that highlights themes of family, adjustment, politics, and personal growth. The San Francisco Chronicle states that Gonzalez deals effectively with separation, culture shock, homesickness, uncertainty, and identity as she captures what is also a grand adventure. If you're looking for a fun read that will teach you more about the Cuban Revolution, this is the book for you.